Where's your econs paper? 14, huh? So let's say we are looking at t minus 2 weeks. Okay? T minus 1 hour. Okay? Then let's say we are looking at T. Okay? T is your econs paper. Alright? Now there's about 2 weeks, right? They're about that. Okay? What should you do? Okay? The 2 years of teaching, right? You have taken down notes. Even if it's a few months, you've taken notes, right? Please don't cast them aside. Revise our notes. I'm not saying because our notes are better and all that, but our notes are different from school notes. They are different from the prelim answers because I try to give you what? Frameworks. I try to give you things that cut across a range of questions. So when you revise our notes, you see things like, oh, if a question wants you to explain and they give you 4 marks in the case study, you need 2 points. Remember I said things like that? When they ask you to explain whether, you need 2 points plus a stand. When they ask you to comment, you also need 2 sides. These things, you look at one school's answers, you probably see that point, but it doesn't come to you as a standing instruction. It applies to all questions. But what you took down in class, right? It's what we have been doing, and I think you shouldn't neglect them. Some people say, oh, last 2 weeks I should be doing practice papers. You can, but go through what we do first. Go through these questions first. Okay? So these questions, we are looking at how many? About 96 essays, right? And let my YouTube videos accompany you. My YouTube videos are thematic. Example, 2015, a student told me she just watched a video on competitiveness because she couldn't sleep. Hey, next day A-level came out competitiveness. Hey, okay, the odds are very low, okay? So, but at least the videos are not like, you know, I don't do a video that revises, hey, what are the demand factors, what are the supply factors? It's all about application. When you are watching videos here, you're not wasting time. You're not whittling along away your precious time, okay? So YouTube videos. Third one, and that seems like a lot to do in 2 weeks, okay? Case studies, do you remember? Practice your question analysis. Like what? Split the dartboard. Try to interpret the mark scheme, talk to Mark. Apply BCC plus evaluation. Sometimes you get other frameworks that you need to count on. Like what? UBCC. Remember I said this? Practice question analysis, then read the answers. Don't read the extract now. Okay? Save time. But you can say, but the extract is about QE. It's interesting. QE is in my book, QE is in my video. Okay? So try not to, because you need to move fast. Then for essays. Right? For essays, pass 4 lessons. Is it 4 lessons? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 4 lessons. Past month. We have gone through the structures that will help you understand 96 essays, right? So, what is important is that when you do this, you will collate to read while you're outside the exam hall. Okay, sorry to say this, but outside the exam hall, if you are taking your school notes and reading, that's pathetic. Okay. Hey, school notes is what you've been doing in J1, preparing for your Common Test 1 and promos. By the time it's before your exam, you're looking at skills, you're looking at application. You're reading a model answer, pathetic also. Oh, sorry, I'm not listening. But to read the things that you should note, like common dartboards. Today we went through so many dartboards. What are the chances of at least one of them coming up? I'll say 100%. You know what I mean? Impact on economy, how can it not come out? So can you not revise these things? Cannot. Okay? How to explain diagrams with rigor. What are the chances of you drawing an AD and AS diagram, explaining with rigor? 100%. Yes? So, don't collate model answers, but collate these things you need to know. Do you remember I said this? Evaluation techniques? If the question is UBCC, how do you evaluate most significant factor, challenge or analysis? Or even things like writing techniques, open the door for the next policy to come in. Okay, and of course, other frameworks like ABC 332. What are the chances? Very high again. You want to be reading things that are immediately relevant. You read your notes, you read the school answers, you're hoping that the same question comes up. Unlikely. Okay? So, what do you do to read? And what is best is you chat. Talk to your friends. You can talk about questions and all. This is more to open up your horizon. Don't just keep focusing on one thing. Chatting works very well for me also outside the exam hall. Okay? Then you know what? If you can find people who want to chat. Okay? If you cannot, then never mind to read. Okay? In the exam, this is the most important point. Alright? Please do not have a I will do my best mentality. This thing should have happened before T. Yes? In the exam hall, if you say I will do my best, you end up writing a lot. You end up explaining full multiplier even when the question doesn't require. You end up screwing up your time. So, time management must be very strict. Time management is a function of frameworks. If you know the frameworks, it will help. Or I should say this, 2 weeks before, you can practice 1 to 2 full papers. That's just 1 to 2. And then check the answers. You practice 5. If the odd course is you don't do the things above, I don't think it's good. Okay? So, time management, analyze questions before writing. Why? Okay? Do you know certain things like conjunctions? Why is this damaging and ineffective? If you don't separate them, you can write a lot. Your marks will not hit that band. What about dartboards? If they ask you for impact of a minimum wage on the economy, are you going to focus on micro? That's wrong. Okay? And if you analyze, then you kind of know, oh, maybe I need about 3 points. And I need to allocate time for evaluation. That's how you make it work. But of course, you can't say,